Hello 여러분, it's TJ here. After about 5 months of hiatus, I'm back with an update to share. We participated in the GMTK Game Jam 2024 back in August. I wanted to put all my focus onto it, so I had to put a hold on making Mixxpell video updates. The theme of the Game Jam was built to scale. We discussed a bunch of ideas about how to interpret this theme, like inflation and deflation of the economy, the platformer game in which jump height is scaled by gravity, a fighting game with enlarging or shrinking body parts, making a black hole by condensing various props with a hydraulic press, or putting every single literal meaning of the word scale in the game as much as possible. Like the character is a scale bot with a scale that weighs things for its head, scales a ladder, and every step of the ladder plays a note in musical scales and collects scales of fish or reptiles. After a while, we have settled on the idea that you are a pilot on a space airplane with a perpetual motion device, navigating back to the Earth by changing the direction with the laser gun that scales the size of other celestial bodies to shift their gravitational pull. Then we added other game mechanics, such as a balloon that looks kinda like planets that can grow or shrink just the same, but do not have a gravitational pull, a disco ball that reflects your laser, or a black hole that the player cannot change its size and has an immense gravitational pull. By the way, I really like how the character design had turned out on this one. Although we haven't gotten many views, I think we have improved a lot compared to last year's jam. And then we thought about what to do next. We want to participate in the upcoming Game Jam by Pirate Software in January next year. Their requirement in the game should be able to play in the web browser.
One of you has already sent me a malware package.
But making the game playable in a browser with the UE5 needs more effort than it's worth. So then we tried to start our own game jam internally to try out the Godot engine as an alternative. We planned to make a game about climbing stairs. It was inspired by subway stairs in Korea, having printings with the text like, "By climbing these stairs, you extend 1 second of your life every step," or something like that. The game starts with the player character getting diagnosed with dying really soon. So he starts climbing endless stairs to stay alive against rapidly depleting health. We wanted to try the 2D graphics this time. However, hand-drawn animation, which I've never really tried before, and with my slow hands, it was just not the smartest choice to do in a place where you should make things fast, such as Game Jam. We had set out to do it for 3 days, and during that 3 days, all I had finished was the character animations for the player character. At this point, I thought I probably should have stuck with the 3D graphic. So we kinda failed again to finish the game, and it has entered yet another unfinished project pile. However, not everything was so bad. While trying the Godot engine, I thought that managing assets and prefabs in each scene is very intuitive to understand. So it made it easier for us to focus on making content. After making sure that there are no technical problems or conflicts with our stuff, we decided that migrating Mixxpell from UE5 to Godot would be a good idea, which we proceeded to do. Also, we wanted to change the core gameplay mechanics for Mixxpell as well. Previously, we only had offense and defense slots, and spell cards had 2 effects for each. It feels a little bit limiting when it comes to the mixing spells to make bigger and more powerful spells and use them creatively kind of feeling. So we came up with the new game mechanics that each player gets 4 active spell slots, and each card has an active spell effect and a passive spell effect. When you put a card down on the active spell slot, Fireball for example, you can use that Fireball spell when you press the button. And if you stack another card on top of the Fireball, like Boomerang, Then when you use the fireball spell, it will travel forward for a certain amount of distance. And then it will fly back towards the player while hitting an enemy multiple times along the way. It is more flexible than the previous version because you can add defensive ability on top of the offense spell more creatively or vice versa. In summary, we participated in a game jam, did another one of our own in preparation for another one,
Go make games.
and ended up migrating our project from UE5 into Godot engine. And frankly, I was too burnt out to make video updates. But I will be making more frequent updates here from now on, as well as our social media. So if you are interested in what we are doing, please follow us and feel free to share any questions, feedback, or compliments for us. So, bye.